been about a year since I got my Marzocco GS3, and I thought this would be a good time to go over what I like about the machine, to reflect on the actual purchase itself, and talk about pros and cons versus other machines that are available, and to show you guys how I operate and make an espresso. One of the things that obviously should be come into consideration when you get a machine for home, especially at this level, is how does it look. I think the Marzocco GS3 is by far the most aesthetically pleasing machine that's available on the market. And to add to that, all the additional customizations that they have really allow you to have this match exactly what you're going for in your home. You see over here, I got these lovely frosted blue panels and these wood handles for both the portafilter, the group head cap, as well as the steam switch. And I also got them to go with the grinder that I have over here, as well as my tamper. So I feel like it really gives you a pretty, aesthetically pleasing, complete package inside your home. Now, of course, there's a premium that you pay for this machine, so you have to ask yourself, well, what am I getting compared to other machines out there? So yes, you could get something like the La Cimbali Junior, or maybe even some of the Rocket machines, which are a third less, a half less, depending on that. So what is the difference between those machines and this machine? Well, one, you basically are getting the top of the line home machine. There isn't really a better machine that exists out there. And you're getting all the features that you would get in a commercial machine, but one that's been specifically made for your home. Whereas some of the other machines like the Junior that I was talking about, they really are machines that will fit in your home, but not necessarily made with the home user in mind. So things that I think that are really fantastic about the GS3 are its large reservoir size of 3.5 liters, which is quite larger than any other home espresso machines. For instance, like smaller ones, can be anywhere from 1.5 to like 2 liters. And you get all the features of the machine operating even without plumbing it in. This is actually really important for me because I rent an apartment and I'm not about to go run cabling in my apartment just so that I can plumb in my machine, but I still wanted a great espresso machine. So the GS3 operates exactly the same whether or not you plumb it in or whether or not you use this large reservoir over here, which has super easy access. One of the other machines that I had before had the tank in the back. Over here you see the tank sits comfortably underneath the machine and you easily have access to it. And for me, I can fill it up from the sink without having to even take this away. So it's great, I don't have to move the machine because it is quite heavy to fill up the reservoir. Once you fill the tank, this guy slaps right back on, and there are two small little metal latches that secure the drip tray in place. If you were to get the plumbed in model, the drip tray actually has a hose that would go in the center over here and would go drain into your sink as well. But since I don't have it plumbed in, I do have to empty out this drip tray after every 5 or 6 coffees or so to make sure that nothing gross gets in there. Now, I'm going to turn on the machine so that we can get ready to go make a coffee. It takes a few minutes to heat up, basically because it is such a large boiler. Once it gets up to temperature, we'll be able to go draw both espresso shots and steam right away. I find this really convenient when I go have people over at my house, because before, when I had a single boiler machine, and even some of the dual boiler machines that exist there, they don't have the ability to sustain the temperature for a very long period of time, or they make you wait in between brewing your shots of espresso and actually steaming the milk for a latte, which everyone wants, obviously, after dinner. So by having these large capacity boilers in here and the ability to run both at the same time, also on standard electricity, you don't have a special, high voltage port that you would need for a refrigerator or anything like that. You can have both on with just your standard electricity, and I can go and I can make 3, 4, 5 in less than 10 minutes. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go grind some beans that I got as a Christmas gift from my sister. Some beans from Cafe Umbria, and what I done earlier was I basically dialed in this blend. It was the first time I was using these beans, so I had to make small little adjustments to the grind and the actual amount of time to get about 19 grams of espresso coming out over here, and give me the profile that I wanted from this particular blend. Put about 30 pounds of pressure or so, just to get the grounds compressed there nice and level. I'm going to pull a double shot of espresso for this latte. Alright, while that's extracting, I'm going to go get milk. Ready? You always want to bleed the steam on before you steam any milk. I don't know if you saw there or not. Basically, a little bit of water that's been condensed from the actual steam wand itself will remain in there, and you don't want that basically to go into your milk. You want to basically just get the steam in there. So now that that's been bled, we can go and we can steam our milk. Make sure you clean your steam wand. Get rid of any excess milk that may have built up in there. Just like to tap the bottom of the pitcher to make sure that we pop any large bubbles. And I kind of swirl the milk around until I see it starts getting thick.